Do you know those quiet moments you've been carrying around where you look at your life and you think, how did I end up here? And how do I get myself back? If that's where you are, you're not behind. Remind yourself you're not failing. And you're definitely not alone. You're just tired. Tired of trying so hard. Tired of feeling stuck. Tired of pretending you're okay when inside you feel lost. Trust me, I've been there before. In this video, I want to talk about how I resetted my life in 7 days and how you can do the same. I remember a week in my own life where everything felt heavy. Not dramatic, just hollow. I'd wake up, stare at the ceiling and think something needs to change, but I don't even know where to start. And for a while, that made me feel ashamed, like I should have it figured out. But the truth is, that moment became a turning point. Not because I suddenly fixed everything, but because I learned how to reset gently, one small shift at a time. By the end of this video, you'll feel clearer, calmer, and more in control of your next step. And the last shift I'll share might just surprise you, so do stay with me. For the first day, we're going to focus on clearing the noise. Before you can reset, you need to create a little mental space. Not a full life overhaul, just enough quiet to hear yourself again. If your mind feels cluttered, it makes sense. You've been carrying more than a human should have to. So here's what you can try. Take 5 minutes, literally just 5, and do a brain release. Grab a piece of paper and write down everything swirling in your head. Not to solve it, just to see it. For example, you might write, call the dentist. I feel stuck at work. I need a break. Why am I so tired? This isn't a plan, it's a release. But here's what most people don't realize. Once the noise is out of your head, you can actually hear what matters. And that leads us to day 2, which is choose one thing that actually matters. A full reset doesn't start with 10 goals. It starts with one intention. Feeling overwhelmed isn't a sign you're weak. It's a sign you've been trying to hold too much at once. So here's what you can try. Look at your brain release list and circle one thing that would make everything else feel lighter if you handled it. Just one. Maybe it's getting your room in order. Maybe it's emailing that person back. Maybe it's giving yourself a break. We'll come back to this in a moment because day 3 makes it easier to actually follow through. In day 3, we're going to focus on resetting your energy, not your entire life. You can't reset your life from a place of exhaustion. You just can't. You need energy before you need answers. If you've been running on empty, of course, everything feels harder than it should. So here's what you can do. Choose one tiny habit that restores energy, not drains it. It could be a 10-minute walk, a glass of water first thing, going out into nature, going to bed 15 minutes earlier. Keep it small enough that your tired self can actually do it. But here's where things start to change because day 4 helps you rebuild trust with yourself. In day 4, we're going to focus on doing one honest thing you've been avoiding. Avoidance drains more energy than action ever will. But you don't need to do everything, just something honest. There's no shame in avoiding things. You probably avoided them because you were overwhelmed, afraid, or unsure. Trust me, that's perfectly human. So don't be hard on yourself. Here's what you can try. Pick one small avoided task and face it gently. Send the text, delete the file, schedule the appointment, call that friend. 2 minutes of courage can shift an entire week. And once you take that step, day 5 helps you reconnect with the part of you you've been missing, which is to rediscover what makes you, you. A life reset isn't just about fixing problems. It's about remembering who you are underneath the stress. If you feel disconnected from yourself, that's not failure. It's a sign you've been in survival mode. So here's what you can try. Do one thing that makes you feel like yourself again. Listen to a song you loved years ago. Cook a meal that reminds you of home. Or maybe even open a book you used to adore. You might be surprised how quickly a single song can bring you back to yourself. And the next shift, which is day 6, often changes everything. In day 6, you'll focus on creating a small system that makes life easier. Here's the thing, you don't need discipline. You need systems that remove friction. If you've struggled with consistency, it's not because you're lazy, it's because your system wasn't built for the real you. So here's what you can try. Choose one tiny system to support the intention you circled earlier. Try setting a clothes out the night before routine. Make a morning anchor. One thing you do every day, no matter what. Create a 2-minute tidy at the end of the night. And now we reach day 7, the part people skip, but the part that makes the reset last. In day 7, you're going to focus on slowing down and listening to your life. A reset isn't complete until you return to yourself with honesty. Reflection is what turns 7 days into a new direction. Here's what you can try. Ask yourself 3 gentle questions. First of all, what felt good this week? 2, what felt heavy? 3, what do I want more of next week? For example, you might whisper to yourself, I want more peace and less rushing. And that one insight becomes your new beginning. So here's the shift. Resetting your life isn't about becoming a different person. It's about clearing the noise long enough to finally hear the person you've been all along. You started this video feeling overwhelmed, maybe even a little lost. But now you have a path. Not a perfect one, a human one. A gentle 7-day return to yourself. And that matters more than starting over perfectly ever will. Before today ends, take 5 minutes and do your brain release. Just empty what's in your head onto paper. That's it. That one step opens the door to everything else. Trust me. If this video gave you a sense of clarity or comfort, I'd love to keep supporting you. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video.